Okay, so I'm going to ask this question regarding Malinois. Guy asked me, he says, how much for a trained personal protection dog? When I gave him the price, I could see he was going into a little bit of a shock, maybe a heart attack. Then the question was asked, what if it's untrained? And I told him, then you don't want a Malinois. So the reason why I said that, and I'm going to answer you that now, is I want to think, you have to think of humans, a certain kind of humans that's very highly motivated to do something. Might it be making money? Might it be winning a gold medal at the Olympics? Might it be a world champion boxer? Whatever it is, these guys are highly motivated. To run that 100-meter race under 10 seconds is months, if not years, of dedicated, motivated training. Then I'm talking about these guys don't train an hour a day. Musicians, they don't train an hour a day. They train 8 hours a day. They are so highly motivated to become the best or good at what they're doing that they basically forget about everything and anybody. They just motivated for that goal. So this brings me back to Malinois. So if you looking and thinking you want to buy yourself a Malinois because it looked cool on John Wick movie or something like that, you're going to get yourself a Malinois puppy or anything. These dogs are bred to be highly motivated. All right, so they are bred, and then at 8 weeks of age, you can see how busy they are. They're motivated of getting the toy. They're motivated of getting their food. They're motivated in everything they do. They're going to grow up being even more motivated to do that. So we talk about the drive in a dog, the motivation to do that job that they want. You, a normal person, 8 to 5 job or whatever it is, getting yourself a Malinois, you're going to know how to deal with that, because that dog is so motivated and it is so busy. He wants to work, he wants to play. And if you don't have the time for it, that highly motivated dog of yours is going to think, okay, well, I'm on my own. I need something to stimulate my mind. Let me fuck up the couch, or let me eat the shoes, or let me chew the car, or something like that, because they have to do something with it. That brain needs to be stimulated. A lot of people think, yeah, I can keep my dog busy. I'm going to keep him running and I'm going to do this. But you have to stimulate the brain as well. The brain power takes 25% of the energy daily of that animal, of you as a human being. That's if you are using your brain. But coming back to that now. So thinking of wanting to get a Malinois. First of all, the breeding, and we preach this whole time, the breeding of these dogs, you have to double check it. You wanting to get a working line Malinois for a normal house, it's not a good plan. You wanting to go look into sports dogs and you want to get a dog out of the sports lines for your house just to have as a pet, it's not a good plan. So you're going to have to do your homework really, really well so that you can get to those well-balanced, and there are some well-balanced Malinois out there, but still they need that motivation of theirs need to be drained in very productive training, exercises, searching exercises, all those kinds of things. These videos that you see of those dogs walking on ropes, jumping up on the walls and everything, that takes a long, long time to train. But those dogs are stimulated by this training. If you can't do that, don't get yourself a Malinois, because all it's going to do, you're going to pull the hair out of your head, like you can see, and then basically the dog's either going to end up in a shelter. My dogs don't end up in shelters, I train them. So that is something that you have to realize, that your dog, your Malinois that you're going to get, it needs that kind of training, and it needs that kind of mental stimulation with the physical stimulation so that your dog is a happy dog. The other thing that we always preach is to have the dogs basically in a routine. You have to be strict on that routine. The dog needs to understand through the routine what's going to happen next. You cannot leave a Malinois to manage himself. It's like giving guns to monkeys. Yeah, I don't even know what to tell you if you think that that's going to work for you. Which means to me that if you get yourself a Malinois, don't let this be your first working dog, or don't think because you've had poodles and chihuahuas or a big English bulldog that you will be able to be ready for a Malinois. You're not. understand the breed, understand that dog's mind, understand training. And I'm not talking about a little bit of training, I'm talking about serious training. Like, for instance, know your operant and classical conditioning, know your markers, know how to positively reinforce the dog, be able and be ready to also to correct the dog, because he has to understand that he's doing the wrong thing. When he does the right thing, it needs to be praised for that. Boils down to this: will you be a good Malinois owner? If you can answer these questions, then yes, then you will be. Do you know how to train a dog? Do you know how to be the whole time the same in its routine? Do you know how to stimulate the dog's mind? Those are the kind of questions that you have to ask yourself, and be fair. Be fair to the dog and be fair to yourself. Because if you want to look like me with your hair pulled out of your head, then don't get a Malinois. Get something that you can handle, something that is way less motivated to work than a Malinois. So please look at our videos. We've got a few nice videos out there that we help you how to choose a puppy, or get somebody to choose that puppy for you. And then make sure that you are ready to get a Malinois. Otherwise, it ain't going to be fun. Cheers.